I am Mary Shelley. I am a writer, a dreamer, and a seeker of truth. I was born in London, England, on August 30, 1797, and I left this world on February 1, 1851, at the age of 53. Shh. My mother, Mary Wollstonecraft, was a renowned feminist and a writer, an advocate of women's rights. Though she tragically passed away just days after giving birth to me, complications from childbirth, shall I say, as life would cruelly have it. My father, William Godwin, a political philosopher, was strict and often authoritarian. As I grew, he found it hard to accept my independence, my thoughts, my voice. As for me, I have always loved books. Reading was my escape, my solace. It was in pages of novels that I found freedom from the constraints of reality. I devoured stories, particularly those of the Gothic and eerie sort. Though my father disapproved of such genres, especially the darker tales, I could not resist. I would read until I fell asleep, the words swirling in my mind like whispers from another world. There was something about the ghostly and mysterious that drew me in. It was where I found my peace, my sanctuary. Yes, reading. Reading was my life. In 1814, I met Percy Shelley. When I was 16, he was 22, already married and forbidden. But I could not resist him. I was young, and the world offered little to women like me. We ran away to Europe, and when his wife Harriet took her life, we married. But with freedom came consequences. Percy and I had 4 children. Life took them from me, one by one. The pain of losing them is something no one can truly understand. I often wonder how much of me is left after all I've lost. When Percy died at 24, drowned in a boating accident, I was left alone. He was my heart, my inspiration. The grief shattered me, but it also forced me to survive, to keep going as the world around me fell apart. In 1816, during a stormy summer in Switzerland, I began writing Frankenstein. Percy, Lord Byron, and I were challenging each other to write ghost stories. But my story was different. It was about a man who created life only to be horrified by it. I wondered, what would it be like to abandon something you've created? That question haunted me, and I wrote about isolation, rejection, and the cruelty of the world. Frankenstein was my way of understanding the world. It became my voice, my legacy. Writing it was necessary for my survival, a way to speak when I could not. Through it, I revealed my truth. I poured every fear, every sorrow, every hope I had into pages. I wonder sometimes, as I sit in silence, what would have become of me if I've never written it. But then I remind myself, I had no choice. I created that creature, but it, in turn, Give me a way to live beyond my grief, beyond my losses. In the end, it is not just the stories we tell, but the realities we show through them. And with Frankenstein, I, Mary Shelley, revealed mine.